What's going on, everybody? It's the VG Mobster here, and today we are doing the Commission Cast, a special episode with my homies K Rock and Alonzo the Great. What's going on, guys?
Watch, man.
We got a special, we got a special episode for you guys today. We had the Big Bang drop. Go funk flex on them.
And I'm not going to cry like I said I was on Twitter. Don't worry.
PS5 reveal today. So much to talk about. I mean, I just got to say, some of my predictions were pretty good. I had a lot of haters on Twitter. When I did one of them, they're saying, oh, it's not going to happen. Oh, it's not going to happen. And then it did. So I'm just saying, we'll get into that. But yeah, we'll just kind of go over, like, today we usually do like other topics and stuff. I think today, just because this was like an hour long and they did show a lot of things, I think today we're just going to keep it PS5 reveal, just go over kind of the games, what the system looks like, the lack of a price, the lack of a release date, and then just kind of, our impressions and stuff. You guys cool with that?
What? That's all I can think about right now. I'm gonna watch Into the Spider-Verse when this is over.
Ooh, God! If you don't have that on 4K, make sure you get it on 4K. It's absolutely insane. It looks so good. Yeah. So all right, guys. So let's just jump right into it here. Okay, let's go from the end to the beginning. Let's reverse it, okay, from what happened. Let's start first with our thoughts on the look of the box itself, okay? I mean, Lonzo, I'm gonna let you start off. What did you think of the actual PlayStation, console itself? Because today they revealed there was the physical version with the disc, and then they went kind of the Xbox route, which I was surprised, with an all-digital version. And I will definitely be chiming in on that version.
As I will as well.
Turn. But, Lonzo, what did you think kind of about the look and the two different versions, and just kind of like your thoughts and impressions?
Me personally, I think I like the design. I know a lot of people on Twitter was shitting on it, talking about it look like a vacuum cleaner, look like trash. But me personally, I actually like how it looks. I'm actually surprised. I was not expecting them to actually show the system. I thought they were probably going to show it their next event. Cause I know they're going to do another event after this one. So I thought we were going to wait and show it then.
Yeah.
But
I was 50-50 on it going into here.
And about them having two separate versions, I'm not even surprised that they have an all-digital edition. They had to have a way to counter Microsoft. I know they knew Microsoft was going to have one. They had to have some counter for that. So, and I'm not surprised about it not being a price. I think they did the right thing by not announcing the price. They should wait and hold it close to the vest just a little longer and see what Microsoft going to do before they announce the price. Even though I know a lot of people don't like that idea because they want to know the price so they can go pre-order. But even if they found the price now, we still were going to have to wait a few more months before we're going to be able to pre-order. Whether they have to release it today or
exactly.
later.
I agree with that totally. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah. But I'm still not completely sold on it, on whether I want to get one day one or not. But I was a huge fan
we'll get into that too. We'll get into that. I'm just right now, just like the look of the console, like the two different versions, and then we'll get into our final thoughts after it. But yeah, okay. So that's what you think about the look and about the two different versions. Okay, cool. Karl, what do you think about the look and the two different SKUs or additions? I guess, however you want to call it.
Oh man, I mean, where do I begin? I mean, if you really want to catch roaches, it's a perfect, aesthetic.
I mean, there we go.
It's the ventilation on that thing is stellar, especially with how as powerful as it's going to be. You need that ventilation, but if you really want to catch yourself some roaches, go ahead and leave that in a nice dim lit area, and I guarantee you, by the end of the year, you'll have a nice dusty, musty.
Come on,
feeling
man.
thing.
That's how my entertainment system is now. It's all dust over there, man.
Hey, you ain't the only one.
Exactly. Now I'm gonna have to. It's like the PlayStation 5 white kit. You know what I mean? That you gotta get with it.
Well, I mean, honestly, the system looks fantastic. I mean, considering, you know, how, like I said, how powerful it's going to be, you need that 360-degree ventilation. So I was really happy to see that. I'm a little concerned with it laying flat on its belly, so to speak, because you can see from
that looks weird. The screenshot looked weird.
Yeah, from all angles, it looks a little bit wavy. So I can see that there being a tilt factor. Even the PlayStation 4 Pro has a tilt factor to it, which is really odd considering it is completely flat and all of the little rubber nubs on the bottom, they line up perfectly, or at least they should. But I mean, you're not going to sit there and move the system around. It looks fantastic. I don't like the white. I hate white, even though I don't smoke. You know, it's just something about the white system over time getting this ridiculous off yellow looking color. So, I mean, honestly, I'm hoping that they have a black option right away.
I'm gonna say 98% chance that there's gonna be a black variant.
Oh, there has to be. I mean, if they don't have it at launch, I'm gonna wait for it to come out because but I'm gonna pick up the games. I know we're gonna get to the games, but I'm certainly gonna be picking up some of those launch titles.
Oh yeah, no, we'll go into games next. But I wanted to start off because I mean, honestly, I gotta admit, guys, the memes for this thing already were really funny. They were hilarious. I mean, yeah, the memes were like better than the reveal itself. Like I know like Doc Trey was like, it was like a PlayStation Slim like squished between a Wii. I was like, that's pretty funny. And then like, you know, a lot of the fan ones, like Lonzo said, that was pretty. Oh, somebody did a Keurig. Like and the Keurig coffee maker, like the black and the white. That was pretty funny. So I mean, but honestly though, okay, so like besides the memes, like that's what I'm gonna talk about first because those were really funny.
They were funny.
They were good. Yeah, they kind of like softened the blow a little bit. Okay, so this is the thing here. All right, I got to give Sony credit because if they did not show me, it was kind of a double-edged sword. If they didn't show me the controller before this reveal, I would have like been totally like, oh my god, this is hideous. This is absolutely disgusting. Yeah. I despise it. But because they showed the controller early, and I thought to myself, I'm like, if they're gonna do the two-tone on the controller, it's most likely gonna be two-tone on the console. So when I saw the console, like I wasn't surprised because I was like, well, they're not just going to do the controller two-tone and then the console like all black. Like to me, that didn't make sense. So when I saw it, like because and mind you, you guys saw on Twitter, I was not a fan of the two-tone.
No, you weren't.
The DualSense. I wasn't. I wanted the all black, and then right after I posted a picture of the all black, and people were like, "Oh yeah, that's so much better." So I was a big fan of just doing the black. But okay, this is the other thing though. Now I'm going to look at it from another opinion. Like overall, by itself, if I was just judging it by itself, I wouldn't like it. Okay, but when I put that console next to the Microsoft refrigerator, okay, like at least Sony was doing something a little different. So I got to give them credit there. At least they like tried to be a little different. Now again, if this was the only variant like that they were going to offer, I'd be really mad. But I know I'm going to say 99%. There's going to be an all black version of this eventually. And the all black version, honestly, I wouldn't mind. Like the black with the little blue tint like there is now on the PlayStation.
That would be so dope.
I would like that. Like that would be nice.
Yep.
And I think that is going to come. I just think right now they wanted I think they played with it. They wanted the stark, like that knockout contrast to kind of like do the initial reveal. So I think that's kind of, I think they wanted the wow factor with it. And I mean, that definitely got the wow factor. So I feel like online it's mixed. Like some people really liked it. Some people obviously thought it was a Keurig machine. So there's, you got both sides, but I think at the end, like it does stand out. And because the controller was like that from the beginning, it kind of softened the blow for me. So that's kind of how I stand on it. In terms of the two different editions, I mean, I understand they had to do it because Microsoft was doing it, but I mean, there's no way I would ever buy an all digital console ever. There's just some games, like you guys know, I'm OG. If I can buy it physically, if it's pretty close in price or not free or digitally or something, like I'm going to get it physically, you know what I mean? And to not have the option to me is just like not an option for me. So the only way I would get it is if there was a physical disc slot. I understand other people are not like that. They don't care. And you have to be with it. Now, the other thing too that I gotta, and I know we're not talking about price, but I think Sony and Microsoft got to be careful here, because when Microsoft released the Microsoft All Digital, the SAD or whatever, the series that, All Digital, it was way overpriced. Sure. It was overpriced without the disc drive. So they got to be really careful here, though, because I feel like if you really want people to go with that all digital, you're going to have to make that price point really attractive. And I think you're going to have to provide more space than the disc version. And that was the other thing I didn't like. When they released the Microsoft All Digital, it was 1 terabyte. And that wasn't even more than the base system. And I'm like, but that makes no sense. Like, you have to do everything digital here. So exactly. I hope that in the future they keep the price accordingly. They price it right, and they give a little bit more storage for that.
Well, here's the thing. There's rumors of a 2 terabyte model for this PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that system, the all digital one, will be the 2 terabyte model. And the one that's like 825 gigabytes
is the physical version.
Is the physical version. I mean, at the end of the day, you're able to plug hard drives into your system via USB, and I don't.
That's true.
I don't see them.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't see them going any different. But what I like about the Microsoft option in terms of storage space, it has a little bitty SSD memory cards. I like that. I'm hoping Sony kind of maybe pulls a rabbit out of the hat with that, because
and also
it would be good.
External solid state storage
they're expensive.
Is pretty expensive though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you're it's not like on Switch you can buy a micro SD for like $50 and 5 times your storage. You know what I mean? Like that's a significant investment. You're probably talking like 150 for like a 2 terabyte solid state. You know what I mean? Like 200, for a 1 terabyte solid state, you're probably looking like $150. So that's another like expense on top of, what the base console is. So that's all I'm saying. I just hope if it is the 2 terabyte for the digital, like I would rather have that than it be cheaper and have less space, if that makes sense. So that's where, to me, like, that makes or breaks this digital version. Like, what's included with it? You see what I'm saying? Like, what's included within the price? So it's hard to kind of like judge that, in terms of like with the consoles right now between the two versions for me. So hopefully we'll see that soon, and they make it attractive, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm not really sure. So yeah, that's how I feel on the look and the two different console versions. So, all right, let's just go into the games. I'm gonna what? Oh, I'm sorry, man. You want some else?
Oh no, but before continuing, so what I'm gathering is that you both assume that the digital version is going to be more expensive than the physical console. So that's what I'm gathering from you two.
For me, I think
if it's 2 terabyte, yeah, it will be.
Oh no, for me personally, it's kind of like a I want all my cake and eat it too sort of thing. So I think that this all digital will have the larger memory capacity, but I think it's ultimately going to be the cheaper of the two. And the reason why I believe that is really nothing there. It's all digital. It's going to be 400. There's no way that guys like us are going to spend 500.
So wait, you're saying a 2 terabyte solid state, okay? Like you're saying, you think that's going to be 400?
I believe. I believe. So.
I don't think so, man. I don't think that's going to
be.
I don't think so.
Then you know what? Then if the only other way I see them using the 2 terabyte and charging $500-$600 is it being the physical. That's really all there is.
They had 3 models.
They could have 3 models.
If they have 3 models,
I think that was a rumor too. That was gonna be 3.
Yeah, I read somewhere. Too. You know what?
I think they should do 3. I think they should do the all digital. Okay, and do that at 2. Okay, do a 1 physical at the 850 gig or whatever, some weird number they said, and then another one with like close to 2, even if it's not 2, like 1.67 or whatever. Like, just give another option for the physical storage too.
Yeah,
but, that's what I mean. That would be the best, but I don't know.
That actually would be the best. I think I'm going to change my prediction on this one. The physical model will have the 2 terabyte because I did read somewhere, and I don't know why it's coming back to me now, is that there's going to be a bundle. I forget where I read it, but I was telling my wife about it. There's going to be a bundle in which it's a 2 terabyte system. It's going to come with this little headset thing, a little remote control. We did see the remote control and the headset.
I was just about to bring that up.
So I think that bundle right there with the 2 terabyte, the headset and the remote and all that unnecessary nonsense is going to be $600. Yeah, $600 for that. That's what I believe. And the reason why I say this is because Microsoft is going to bring the heat. They're going to bring the heat in terms of price. So I'm thinking.
Well, I think they kept it open, like Lonzo said. I think they kept it open today to see what Microsoft was going to do, and then they're going to they have all the options. They have potential packages, and then they'll officially put them together once they see that, or maybe not see it like when we see it, but officially know from their sources what it's going to be. You know what I mean? But again, I know we're not really going to talk about pricing because they didn't talk about it. The only reason I brought it up was because I'm just saying the value proposition of the all digital for me, like to get somebody like me to bite on that, it would have to be a really good value. And also for me, you guys know, if you follow me on Twitter, you guys know that I'm also a 4K Blu-ray guy, so there's no way I'd get the digital version because I like my discs.
You can't watch movies on it.
And I can watch 4K movies, but they're streaming, and it's not the same for me with my home theater and stuff. So like for me, it would have to be so much cheaper. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not the target audience for it, but I'm just saying in general, I think a lot of people are going to have to be sold on that all digital version still. I don't think people are ready to jump in. I
see it being phased out real quick.
We'll see. I don't know. I hope it might be a hit. It's PlayStation now. Microsoft did it. And, Microsoft obviously wasn't hitting on all cylinders with their exclusives. They weren't giving people reasons to go out and get it. And Game Pass, I feel like Game Pass was just starting to gain steam when the digital version came out.
I see what you did. I see what you did there.
Oh, we need to talk about that when we talk about games and stuff. The whole Game Pass thing. Cause I got something interesting I want to talk about when it comes to
go ahead.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go into games now. So, all right, let's start with you this time, Karl. Let's talk about what games. Again, we're not gonna go through all the games. I have notes here of all the games, but let's just go through the games that really stood out to you, and then anything else you want to add after that. I mean, I'm sure games will just take a little while here, but just go. Let's say top 5 games that really made the presentation for you, so we can keep it somewhat constrained.
I'll keep it even more constrained than that. When this presentation started, I immediately you can bleep this out if you want. I immediately caught a gamer's erection because freaking Spider-Man Miles Morales was not what I expected, but it was exactly what I wanted. And you know, the reason for that is because I wanted Spider-Man 2. I was telling my wife as I was, you know, getting ready to load the video and start watching it, like, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 2. And then I'm seeing this electrical surge and slowly but surely an arm's coming into the frame. And then I see a black, you know, costume with a red web. So I'm like, oh my God, tell me it's what tell me. Like, I'm stuttering like I am right now. And it's like, oh my God, it's Miles Morales. Holy shit. And I lost my shit. Day one purchase. That right there.
Well, I think that's what they're going for, because they said holiday 2020. So I'm assuming that's going to be like,
if it's a launch title,
you get PlayStation 5, you're going to get that game.
Right.
Much.
Now, the other one that really stood out to me the most, is Resident Evil 8, and
looks so good.
Exactly, dude.
So
when the trailer first started, I'm like, oh my God, they're talking about a small town. Is it Silent Hill? And my daughter's
me and Alonzo even said that today on Twitter.
Yeah,
I backed you up on that. I backed you up on
it. And then I
not gonna be there. RE8 gonna be there.
And then I started realizing, like, I started paying attention to the trailer more, and you know, the fact that I did cover Resident Evil 8 a few times on news, and I'm like, all right, there's the village, there's the wolf, etc. It's Resident Evil 8, and as soon as the word, the word village came across the screen, I'm like, holy shit! My wife's telling me to shut up, and I'm like, oh my God, another day one purchase. But
oh my God, yeah, when that leak happened, Nibble leaked that on Twitter.
Right.
I knew. I think I even told you guys. I think I might even tweet it out too. I was like, this seems really legit to me.
Yeah, all the details
seemed
were
like
there.
The direction they would go, like the logo, the concept. It just seemed to kind of fit.
Yep.
So, but again, you know what I'm saying? There's been rumors that I thought were really real, and they turned out not to be, like Star Fox Grand Prix. Like, I actually did believe that rumor. But this one, like, I was like, I really believe it. But it was really nice to see it today.
Exactly. My only problem with Resident Evil 8 was that Chris Redfield looks like dog shit. I mean, like, compared...
he didn't look good.
No, and then, what really took me... Well, I shouldn't say took me by surprise. What really got my attention was Horizon Zero Dawn 2. It's not called Horizon Zero Dawn 2, but it got me wanting to play the first one. And, my nickname should really be Delayed Gamer, because I played the first hour of that when it became the complete edition, and haven't touched it since. But this particular, like, the way they told us the trailer's story, it was like, oh my God, I have to not watch this trailer because I need to, play this game, because it's... You have
PS4 Pro?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do. And
oh my God, that game on PS4 Pro is legit.
I really like the hunting and sneaking around part. That's really cool. But the last game that I felt that really caught my attention was the Ratchet and Clank game. I can't remember.
Oh, of course.
I can't remember the name of it right now.
Well, the best game they showed.
Fun fact: it
looks so good.
I have a sealed copy of the trilogy on the Vita that I have yet to crack open and play. Nice. So I got to do it. I got to do it after that trailer.
Nice.
But no, those were the 4 games. If I had to, now an honorable mention would be the even though I only played Neo and Sekiro, is the Demon Souls trailer. I actually really like. I was so
happy that it actually came to fruition. And the thing is too, Blue Point's doing it, so that makes me really excited about it, because Shadow of the Colossus, they killed it.
Amazing.
That was a killer remake.
Yes,
so
it was.
I have really high hopes for this one.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I just want to get my hands on Spider-Man and Resident Evil, but
well, I think that was their goal, so I think they won you there, so that's good. So, Lonzo, what did you think? What are your top 5, pretty much?
Well, I'm gonna start off with the best announcement is making its third time around, the third console generation, GTA 5 coming to PS5. I'm just playing. That was
like, this is interesting. I was like,
GTA 5, the new Skyrim. That's the new Skyrim. It's gonna come to everything.
I think GTA 5's on my Alexa. right now. It's
Yeah.
on my it's on my
It's coming out
Echo.
everything except for the
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch, like I put on
Amazon.
Twitter.
Yeah, Amazon Echo GTA 5. Yep, it's coming. Yep.
I'm starting with my favorite game. My favorite game was Ratchet and Clank. That game was
looks so
all the
good.
stuff that you can do, like jumping through all the risks to all the different worlds. That grabbed my attention. I never really played any other Ratchet and Clank, but that made me want to play one.
Oh, so the one on PS4 was so good, bro. It was so good. The one on PS4. I got it on Black Friday. Once at $20. So worth it. Great game.
You're talking about All for One, right?
Yeah, the PS4, the last one that just came out was so good.
That was like a reboot on it. Or like
it was a reboot. Yeah, it was like a remake, I guess. It was so good.
And I was into RE8 until I found out they were going to just be in first person, and that turned me off.
I know.
That's why I skipped RE7. I like first person games. I just don't. I want to see my person in a horror game. I don't like it just being. And
yeah, I agree, dude. I talked to V6 about that too when I was on the broadcast with him. And I said, my real like hope for this game is like you said, like I hope they have the option to do between where you could switch between third and first. Like I thought that would have been amazing, but yeah, like you said, that did bring me down a little bit as well.
But I'm still interested. I don't know if I want to try it out, but because the whole frustrated thing just threw me off. I was so interested and so hyped until I saw like. Yep,
if I may bring if I may bring that feeling into some sort of closure, I felt that way a little bit about Resident Evil 7. But when you're playing it, you get immersed into the game
it's great.
Quickly.
It's a great game.
You forget that it's first person because of all the shit that's going on. So I would say if you can get RE7 on the discount, go ahead and give that a shot, and then that'll or if you can rent it.
You can get that for like $20.
Yeah, something like that.
The complete edition with the DLC and everything. Yep. Definitely worth $20. And Alonzo, for you, man, RE7 also had a demo, so I'm thinking they're gonna probably have a demo for 8. So you may even just want to like try it first and see.
Yeah, I agree.
And I felt the same way about what was the game? The Ghost I forgot what it's called. The Tokyo game, the
Ghost of Tsushima?
No, the one where you're in the city is in first person.
And the reveal today? The reveal you're talking about? Oh, yeah.
You gotta save Tokyo. It's like the Wire, something Wire.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Ghostwire. Ghostwire.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. I was interested in that game too when it got revealed at E3, but then when I saw that that's gonna only be first person, that threw me off too. I wanted to play again, but the whole first person thing it just threw me off.
It took away all my. You're not alone. You're not alone. I'm not saying you're alone. Yeah.
And the Hyperlife Drifter sequence.
That looked good.
I was super hyped for that too. Hyperlife Drifter is a really good game. That game had me excited. Those are the games that had me the most excited. Well, I'm looking forward to Horizon Zero Dawn 2 as well. What interests me about that is now that this coming out after Breath of the Wild, I wonder what have they learned and implemented in this game after seeing how Breath of the Wild turned out. Will you be able to climb everything like you could in Breath of the Wild, which you couldn't do in the first Horizon? And that's what I want to see. I want to see how they go about doing that.
For sure.
It definitely looks like they've added a few more mechanics to the game for sure.
Yeah. And that the underwater sequences.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely insane. Insane how they look.
Uncharted.
Looks so good. It looks so good, the underwater stuff. That's to me, that's like the new level that this game's gonna bring, because the first game was pretty much almost all terrain. This one you can see there's gonna be a lot more like underwater focus as well. And again, that's been a mixed bag in a lot of other games. A lot of games have tried to do it and haven't been successful. So hopefully Guerrilla can knock it out of the park here and add that as a cool new gameplay style for the game and expand it, So all right, cool. Yeah. So you got any more, or those were your tops?
Yeah, those are my tops.
All right, awesome, man. Okay, well, let me just say again, I'm gonna kind of have a couple different ones from you guys, but I'm definitely gonna echo a couple of them. Of course, Spider-Man. The thing is, I think when Sony was talking about solid state and how it was gonna change gaming, Spider-Man was the first game that came to my mind because of the way the game plays. The fast loading when you're swinging through the city. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me is going to take advantage, and it's hard to show that in a trailer. Like how it's like really next gen as compared to the other version. But I feel like when you're actually playing it, you're going to really see the difference. You know what I mean? You're going to feel the difference. So I think, and again, obviously, I love Into the Spider-Verse. I love the Miles Morales character. So, I mean, to see that drop, like, I was like, that's pretty cool. I was definitely in on Spider-Man. Ratchet and Clank. Now, this game, like I told you guys before, I love the PS4 remake. I thought it was so good. And the thing that this trailer, and I don't know if people actually like noticed this, but I totally noticed it. When they were doing the combat section, the speed of the combat and how fast he was able to change his weapons. I don't know if you guys saw that with the wheel. It was like I totally noticed it.
It was like quick.
To me, like it made it feel so much more smoother and more organic experience. So I think to me that was like, I don't know, the graphics in Ratchet and Clank always look good, so I'm not like surprised that it looked good. I'm just saying, like, I felt like even though I wasn't playing the game, I kind of got a real sense of how the gameplay would feel from that clip that they showed. And I thought that was, like, actually pretty impressive because I don't think that often happens. Now, Ghost of Tsushima, the state of play, did that for me because I felt like I understood, how the gameplay would feel when you're the ghost assassin. And I feel like with Ratchet and Clank, that it also hit it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like they really knocked it out. The cinematics looked awesome. 60 frames. It was nice and smooth. Everything looked nice and crisp and shiny. So really like Ratchet and Clank. That one was really good. Another game that you guys didn't talk about, but this game really caught my eye. Now I'm also into like the 70s like art styles. I'm into like retro kind of feeling games.
The Bethesda game, huh?
Bethesda game that they showed, Deathloop. This game, I don't know, man. It just gripped me, and maybe it's because I saw the 13 remaster trailer before. Like I was just kind of like in the mood for that like different art style, first person perspective shooter, and this gave me like a Quentin Tarantino kind of feel, like the trailer did. And I don't know, man, just like all those like really cool, like if you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen like in the 70s, they used to do a lot of like minimalist movie posters. Like that was like a big thing that they used to do. Yeah. And this trailer just screamed that to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just took me back into those like really cool posters and that art style that I like. And obviously Bethesda, they've made Dune, they made Rage, they've done Wolfenstein, so they know what they're doing with first-person shooters. So I was actually really excited about that one. I'm sure a lot of people like skipped over that game, but I don't know, that kind of just roped me in a little bit, and I'm actually excited to see that one. I really hope Bethesda drops a demo for that because I think people like once they play it, they might like get a better sense than from just the trailer. But that game definitely, caught my eye. Obviously Demon Souls, just because it's Blue Point Games. Now, I'm not really into like Dark Souls. Like those aren't like my favorite type of games. But I mean, I gotta give Blue Point a chance just because that Shadow of Colossus remake they did. I had never played Shadow of Colossus before that. And oh my god, like it was so good. I mean, the boss battles were so epic. I mean, obviously this came before God of War, so you can see God of War definitely took from Shadow of Colossus and some of their boss battles, like the way you fight and stuff. So I mean, when I saw that Blue Point was attached to it, they could have almost put any game out there, but I know like everybody really raves about Demon Souls. I know that was rumored. So I was definitely excited about that one just because of even more so the developer than the game, to be honest. I just have a lot of faith in them after that remaster. And then obviously RE8. Like, again, I'm with Lonzo here. I actually enjoyed 7, even though it was first person. I even beat the DLC campaign and the gold edition. It's a really good game. It's super creepy, and the way that they, like, you know, this, I'll call it the cinematography in the game, like, really does kind of lead to like a first person view. But like I was saying before, I told V6 when I was on his broadcast, I said, my dream for this game, now the rumor did say that it was going to be in third person. So that's when I got really excited. But obviously the trailer today you saw was still first. I would love for them to have the option, because honestly, I'm one of those gamers with this. Like, it's not my preferred way. I'd rather have the third person. But if I had the option for first, like kind of like in Red Dead Redemption, you can switch between the two.
Right.
Fallout.
Yeah, or Fallout, exactly. Like, I would like to just have that option. I thought REA was really going to do that, but they didn't. They're sticking with the first, it seems. I mean, unless they change it.
Well, the rumor is
man,
the
like,
third person switch.
The mansion that they showed in this game, like, it just gave me chills. Like, it was so good. Like, you guys remember that shot where you got like the spiral staircase and the big like chandelier, and then they go upstairs and you got like the old ladies in the dresses, and then like the zombie one, like, oh my god, it was so creepy. It was so good. Like, and that mansion gave me, because my favorite game is RE1 Remake. That's my favorite Resident Evil. So that
GameCube.
Yeah. So that mansion just gave me that vibe. Like, I remember when I first saw the new mansion, like how they redid it in the remake, and I was just like, oh my god, this is gorgeous. That's like the same vibe I got from the mansion here. So, I mean, I'm definitely on board with it. I mean, I agree. I would have liked to have at least the option or something, or full third person. But I mean, I think that 7 was like good enough that I'll give it a shot for 8. But the trailer looked great to me, and it was nice to see it here. I wouldn't have expected. Like, I know people were saying it might, but I wouldn't have put money on it coming today. But it did. So that's awesome. And then the last one, Horizon Zero Dawn, we already talked about it. The underwater sequences. I bought that game the same day as Legend of Zelda, and a lot of people didn't even know that game when I bought it, because it was like Zelda obviously like took precedent over it. But the game is great.
So.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, dude, I'm Switch Mob here. But the game was really good, though, and like you said, I think Guerrilla kind of saw, they kind of took a page or two from Legend of Zelda and added into here. And I mean, the graphics in the game, though, I love Zelda, but Horizon's better looking, like just straight.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
I mean, I love Zelda, but the look of it, I mean,
from a graphic standpoint, yes, but from a gameplay standpoint,
no. Gameplay, no way, no. I mean, I like the mechanics. Yeah, I like the mechanics in Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, I do, I like them. Yeah. But they're nowhere near as immersive as Zelda was. So, I mean, I think that's what drew people in more so. And this was, this was like kind of, it did do a couple. It had new tricks to the open world formula, but they still had so many of the formulaic approaches to open world. I think some people, kind of tuned out a little bit. But this version, I think, will be better, and I have faith, because the first game was really good, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, like, just seeing all those games now comparing this to the first Xbox One, I mean, this is a no-brainer better. I mean, this library was so much better than the first Xbox One that we covered. So, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta give Sony credit, man. For the first time out, they did bring some big guns. There were some, some surprises. There were some like smaller games too. It was Solar Ash. That's the Hyperlife Drifter.
Yeah, that's the
one. Solar Ash. Yeah, that did look good. Godfall just kind of fell flat. I don't know. I just can't get into that game. Like, now we're seeing him still not into it.
Yeah, I could care less about that one myself.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, some of them are good. Like that Project Athena game. That kind of
Square
when I
Enix.
saw that, when I saw that, I thought it was like the Unreal Engine demo game.
People
It
thought it was
seemed
gonna
very
be Final Fantasy 16.
I know you were like flipping out probably. But I mean, that even looks interesting. I mean, we'll see what happens with that, but you know, I think for a first presentation, is totally destroyed the Microsoft one. So
I agree. I would say that, you know, Sony definitely smashed Microsoft, and I was watching the comments or reading the comments during the and they're like Xbox One, and I'm like, what did they win? You know, what exactly did they win? No way.
Horizon Zero Dawn alone beat every game in their first trailer.
Oh,
RE8, Resident Evil 8 beat every game in Xbox's first trailer.
Yep.
I look at it from like the multi-plat standpoint. I just try to not to even count the third-party side because we all know they're gonna be on both systems. So,
I know. But I mean, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, just those two, and you got Xbox Spider-Man, just those two.
Horizon, Spider-Man, Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah,
I agree
done.
with it.
I mean, those three right there, just dig the grave from if you're comparing the two. Because
Microsoft will not come out with anything even remotely close to those three titles the entire generation.
Well, I don't think so. I mean? No, that's not fair. That's not fair.
I
mean,
if
they
their
drop,
track record.
If they drop Fable.
Well, okay, all right. Yeah, fair point.
Well, they're definitely dropping Hellblade too.
Hellblade
2 looks legit.
That looks legit,
really
but
good.
That's not going to stay on Xbox forever. We know that, and
I don't know. Now they own them.
They own them.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
They own
all right.
Ninja now.
Okay.
So I don't think it's going.
Well,
I think it's staying there.
Ninja Theory.
Ninja Theory. Sorry.
You know what? You know what? Microsoft has had a few titles here and there each generation that were like, okay, wait a minute. But overall, Sony has the constant stream. So, you know, while my initial comment,
track record.
Exactly. While
I'm just saying now. Hopefully, Microsoft learned from last generation. We're talking about how Horizon Zero Dawn may have learned from Zelda. Let's hope that Microsoft learned from the last generation. They need exclusives. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need exclusives.
They definitely learned. They definitely learned when you're buying up all those studios, so it's got to account for something. So, if it doesn't, and you know, I've lost faith in Microsoft as you can't tell. So,
well, you're not alone, bro. You know, I mean, like, okay, so let's do the second phase of this.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the backwards compatibility thoughts that we have, and also the impact of Game Pass into like PlayStation, what PlayStation's gonna do, like how they're approaching it. Like, what do you guys think about? Like, obviously PlayStation has PlayStation Now. It got destroyed by Game Pass this generation. Rightfully so. I mean, Game Pass was a much better service than PlayStation Now. Like, PlayStation Now has improved since then, but it's nowhere near what Xbox is going to be. And I think that's the reason that the reason like with Sony, why I'm even less hesitant though to go all digital with them is because I don't know how PlayStation Now is going to be. Is it even going to still be around? Are they going to do a new service? Because the stigma of PlayStation Now, like, people are just not buying into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the Microsoft would have the advantage if I ever, I don't know, for some reason decided, you know what, I'm just going to go digital. Like, I ran out of space in my house and I just want to go digital and I don't want to collect anymore. I'd feel more confident that with Microsoft, because Game Pass is so much better than PlayStation Now. I mean, in my opinion.
Dude, it's a night and day difference. I subscribed to PlayStation Now. I did the 7-day trial, and I forgot to cancel it. You know, so
of course
I have another month, trials. And you know, from what I've played, it runs like, you know. It runs, but it's not, you know, not really.
There's lag, bro. I felt it. There's lag.
Dude,
There's input lag.
Dude, when I play a game like Azura's Wrath or God of War, and I'm trying to hit shit with precision, that gets completely stifled by the lag. Whereas with Game Pass, I've tried both of them out. I feel Game Pass is the better deal, honestly, when it comes to the streaming services. And the interesting thing about all of this is the xCloud is going to come, and it's going to come hard. And I think that's really going to be the game changer this generation.
If xCloud is included with Game Pass, for no additional charge, I mean that's really big for Microsoft.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of xCloud, you said that you ain't on the all digital future. If this xCloud end up being this groundbreaker thing that Karl says is gonna be, that's really gonna speed up physical media being taken away. Because once that blow up and everybody see streaming that's the way to go, that's gonna make physical games be closer to being extinct. So you okay with that?
No. I mean, again, as much as I love physical, we know eventually it's gonna go away. It's gonna go away. I know, but I'm just hanging on for dear life here. But also, I think it also depends on the games that you play. Like, you guys know, for me, like, I'm big into like Bayonetta, Astral Chain, the Platinum games. You know what I'm saying? Like, these games, like, you need to beat them ups. You need to execute your combos, and or fighting games. Like, I'm a big Mortal Kombat guy. Like, you gotta execute the combos, and there has to be like as minimum lag as possible. You know what I mean? So again, a lot of these streaming services, like honestly, I mean, I'm just gonna throw this out here. Like, you couldn't give me money to play Mortal Kombat on Stadia. You couldn't give me money to play it. Like, the input lag in that game has got to be absolutely atrocious. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, God forbid, like, they ever, for some reason, got Bayonetta 1 or something to go there. I mean, like, I'd hit a button and she'd kick like 2 seconds later. Like,
you're not wrong about that, because when I was doing the xCloud trial, I was playing Devil May Cry, and it's runs like dog shit. I mean, like literally, like you press a button and it happens.
It's just not. That's not the right game.
No, I will say this. I will say this.
It's slower. It's like for RPG.
GeForce Now.
RPG is like
games.
GeForce Now is where
like
it's
a game
at.
like Octopath would be awesome.
Slower pace. That's slower pace.
Yeah, I would say GeForce Now is probably, is what's going to drive everything forward, because Microsoft is really going to pick up things to make their service better. I mean, I played a few matches of Overwatch on GeForce Now, just hanging out on my phone, playing, no lag whatsoever.
Nice.
So
I mean, that's at 60, right? That's 60 FPS.
It was at 60 FPS, yes. And they let you play whatever's on your Steam account or whatever you have on your computer in general that's linked to GeForce. So I did play Devil May Cry, and there was still some lag with that. I mean, you got to expect with games
tough.
like that.
Yeah, those games.
But it was better. It was better than xCloud. And then there's a few other games I tried. I can't remember the ones, but the reasons why those two stick out the most is because I judge streaming services based on games that require precision and tactical, strategy, like first person shooters or hack and slash games. Those are I wouldn't dare play an RPG on a streaming service, because I already know it's gonna run fine. That's really all there is to it. Yeah, like, I haven't tried Final Fantasy VII yet, on that, because it's not on Steam yet. So probably give it a chance when it eventually.
That game is gonna look absolutely insane on PC. I mean, it looks good on PS4. I had base PS4. That's what I played it on.
Right.
And it looked amazing. Let alone PC, where they're gonna be able to trick out the graphics settings.
Yeah, I'm still trying to bring myself to finish that game.
It's gonna be insane.
Can you believe I haven't finished it yet?
Oh my god! Please.
I haven't even played it yet.
What?
I don't know.
I never won the game. I'm playing Final Fantasy 9.
yeah, because you have to go back to Final Fantasy 9. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I'm playing right now.
No.
I put it on pause just to do this podcast.
Is it safe to talk about spoilers with that game now, or are we gonna get chastised?
No, no spoilers.
All right.
No spoilers yet, not yet.
Well, no, I only spoiled one part of the game for myself, but not the entire game. But
yeah,
I'm not gonna get into it. No.
Some people
I haven't played it yet. I don't want to be spoiled.
There you go. Even though you played it, it's still different than the original, good amount.
Yeah,
but,
I know. I'll just pick it with him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just for the viewers, we don't want.
Yeah,
to
of course.
Yet. But okay, so all right, so we went over the console itself. We went over the games. What did you guys think about like the presentation overall, like the flow of it, the pacing, like, what are your overall thoughts of the presentation? Because the thing is, when Sony, for me personally, when Sony started doing state of plays and stuff like this, I mean, they really fumbled out of the gate. Like, their pacing was bad. They didn't really know how to like end things. Like, they, I feel like the order of the games just wasn't really didn't really logically flow or anything like that. I feel like this presentation, like, they cut the fluff, which Microsoft has got to take notes, because every one of their presentations, there's so much fluff. Like, cut the fluff. They had a lot of gameplay in here. Like I was telling you guys, especially that Ratchet and Clank gameplay, that really impressed me. The pacing was good. They mixed in like the hardware every once in a while. They didn't do like the first thing where it was like a science project talking to tech geeks. They weren't talking to engineers here. They were talking to gamers, with this presentation. When they went into console details, they did it just like bullet points. They didn't like go into megawatts, per hour, or whatever tech talk.
Now that I think about it, I really feel like I was slapped in the face because they didn't talk about the hardware a little bit more. Honestly,
they talk about its graphics.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I think what it is though. Honestly, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna agree. I think that first like kind of GDC talk that they leaked, everybody was like falling asleep during it. It was like way too much. You know what I mean? So I think with this presentation, they were just like, dude, just give them the games, let them see the console. Cut in some developer talks for like 25 seconds each.
I would have loved to see all that tech talk. Well, yeah, that's true. But I would have loved to see.
I was okay with it for like 25 seconds. It was okay.
Oh, not the developers. I mean, just the sound. Now I see why Nintendo, when they do Nintendo Directs, they hardly have any of their like employees really speak. Cause Sony, the people they have come out and talk, they be sounding so dry.
But you don't think that the presentation would have benefited from them taking an actual disc, putting it in the system, or or booting it up to some degree to show how this tech actually worked? You don't have to necessarily talk about the tech itself, but I mean, you already did that with that boring ass presentation. I mean, but as far as a game like Spider-Man is concerned, or Horizon Zero Dawn, Ratchet and Clank kind of addressed that a little bit for me. But in terms of web slinging, all this beat 'em up style gameplay, going diving into the water and swimming through and seeing all these monsters with all the different particles falling off of whatever it was falling off of. I mean, obviously we know that the tech is behind it and rendering it everything at lightning speeds, but I would have loved to see them actually put a game in, start it up, or at least put a generic disc, put it in there, to kind of simulate putting in the game, and then that's when the presentation starts, because obviously it's running on something.
Well, what if Sony doesn't want to push the disc? What if they want the all digital to be more?
Don't say that. Don't say that to me.
I'm not making the presentation. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They're taking your idea. If they would have did that, they should have showed the system in the very beginning. If they were going,
actually,
showing it at the end. If they're gonna put the disc in, they would have had to show the system, kick it off.
I
Instead of showing
like
at
that
the
they
very end.
saved it. I like that they saved that for the
Yeah.
end. Like I feel like
I agree.
I feel like the way that they reveal these games was actually really good. Like they got us hooked with Spider-Man. Like that was their hook from the beginning. In the like kind of middle, like 55% range. You know, they gave us Ratchet and Clank about 30%. RE8 was about, 60% in. Then Horizon, like really was finishing strong. Then they showed the console.
The console, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, like the pacing and that flow was so much better than their like beginning state of plays. And I feel like to me, even if I was storyboarding this presentation out, I probably would have even followed that same, formula.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
You know what I mean? So that's why I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I mean, it can't. It's not in the end. It can't be perfect, but I mean, it would just be nice to see a little bit of that tech in detail. But
they gave bullet points. Yeah, they
yeah.
showed like.
I was happy with it. I think that it could have been better. In terms of the flow. I mean, I don't like the roller coaster feel. I mean, if I was given that presentation, I would just go bang, 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 and just I would want to give the players so much information that they'd have to watch the trailer over and over and over.
Well, they
again.
did give a lot of information.
They did.
This was
they
like
did.
an hour, so they definitely gave a lot of information.
No, but
also before we continue, I just want to say I started at the beginning of the cast, but I forgot to say it in my games. Little Big Planet.
That's right. I forgot that.
I had people on Twitter say, no, it's not going to happen. It's only going to be Ratchet and Clank. This series is dead. Blah, 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 blah. And then, boom, it showed up, and I was like, there we go. Got it.
So as I saw that game, I was like, this gave me Yoshi Crafted World vibe. It
got
the same art style that Yoshi Crafted World had.
Yeah, keep going. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Oh no! It looked like I think I like the co-op. They got like co-op, and it's an adventure game. I'm a huge Little Big Planet fan, so I'm definitely interested in that.
Yeah.
I said to my homie Chips and Sticks, you guys probably know him on Twitter. He's on the Chill Cap and stuff. I told him, I was like, you're gonna see Ratchet and Clank and Little Big Planet games because we all know what Sony does. Like, let's not front. Sony, I mean, they have their great first-person games, but first-party games, but they're gonna take from Nintendo. You know what I mean? And Nintendo, with those type of games, those like more general, broad appeal kind of games, they were definitely gonna show. So that's why I said, like, even if we don't get Little Big Planet today, I mean, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. But even if we didn't, like, they're at least gonna show Ratchet and Clank, and then they show both, and I was like, I'm not surprised because. That's the game that's going to hook like the younger, maybe the younger audience. I mean, we'll still play it, but you know what I'm saying? Like even those people that, are not going to play Resident Evil.
Yeah. And they succeeded because as I was watching that trailer, my daughter was like, oh, it's from that movie that we were watching. So they automatically got my 7-year-old with that one for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I had to mention Little Big Planet because I totally called that one.
Glad you did. I forgot about it myself.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it wasn't like mind blowing, but I just think it was good because people were like, "Oh, this series is dead." That's what people were telling me to say. No, there's no way. Or they're like, "Don't pull my heartstrings and all that." I was like, dude, it kind of makes sense. Like a lot of the PlayStation systems are, even if it didn't launch with Little Big Planet, it came pretty close after it. So I don't know why you're surprised.
No, the reason why I think they wasn't surprised because of Sony's like track record when it comes to their games. They quick to like just they make a game and a franchise for a while and they just so quick to just kick it to the side as if it like don't never exist. I know we criticize Nintendo for doing it like with F-Zero and Kid Icarus, just thrown to the side like they don't even know this. This Sony they do the same thing. All the SOCOM, all the great franchises they have that. People have been asking for years that they just kicked to the wayside. We haven't seen in years. So I think that's a lot of reasons why nobody expected Little Big Planet to come back.
Yeah. No kill zone. No kill zone this time.
Aw.
I thought maybe we got kill zone this time. I thought no kill zone. I wasn't ruling Killzone out though from the beginning because Killzone is pretty close to launch usually with PlayStation systems, but it didn't happen unfortunately. No Infamous either, but we got Spider-Man, so people are not going to.
I gotta say it. The two biggest crimes of this event: no Bloodborne 2, and we got Demon Souls. It makes sense. It makes sense for Bloodborne 2 not to be a thing. But the biggest disappointment is that nobody talk about it. The game that has the best selling game on PS4 didn't get a sequel. The best selling game on PlayStation 4 is Uncharted 4. Where's Uncharted 5 at? That's all I know. Where's Uncharted 5?
I'll tell you where it is. I'll tell you where it is.
Break it down. Where's
I'll tell you where it is.
Where is
it? Spider-Man got Uncharted 4 came out before released way a year before like Spider-Man. 2 years before Spider-Man came out.
Way before, yeah.
And it's getting a sequel already. I thought it would take longer to make a sequel to Spider-Man than Uncharted.
Well,
Uncharted came out way in advance.
But also, I mean, I didn't expect it. The reason being is that the DLC, air quote, they ended up making it like its own game. The Lost Legacy, right?
Which was good, by the way. That was good.
Lost Legacy was beefy though. Yeah, that was beefy. Really, you know what I mean? So, and it was great.
If you really want to know where it is, I mean, I'll tell you exactly where it is because
I don't like where this is going.
it's going where you think it's going. I'm telling you right now. So this whole
they crunching people for
it's not crunching. You're gonna love this. So Last of Us 2, clearly, I'm looking forward to the game. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah,
but it's
fine. It's gonna be great.
It's clear that Anita Sarkeesian has had an impact on the last, act of Uncharted 4, as well as the development of Last of Us 2. So it wouldn't surprise me if she has some type of, hearsay in regards to the story's development with Uncharted 5. And Neil Druckmann, I respect any game developer because it takes a lot to just do what he's doing, but he's tiptoeing around everything because he needs to be politically correct and he needs to be woke. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to use Nathan Drake's daughter as the main character.
It's definitely not Nathan
stuff
Drake.
Like that. It can't be.
I just want the franchise.
I would like to see that though. If you're gonna use Nathan Drake's daughter, that Uncharted 5, and this is a freebie, Neil Druckmann. If you ever see this. You gotta pass the torch. Do it Old Man Logan style. Do it. Do it Old Man Logan style. Pass God.
I love that game. I love that movie so much.
He doesn't have to.
That's in my top 3 comic book movies.
Exactly.
That's number 1 for me. I love Logan.
This Uncharted 5 should not take place, I would say, any sooner than 10 years after the events of Part 4. There's no way it shouldn't, because if you're going to introduce the daughter, she was, 7 or 8? So you want her to be a young 20-something-year-old who's like a Laura
18, 20,
something like that. But you want her to kind of, steal the spotlight from Lara Croft a little bit, So, and the only way to do that is to have the game take place years and years after those events. And obviously the Old Man Logan thing would be great.
Oh, that would be. Well, I'm totally down with that.
Yeah.
Or they can make it more faster by just giving Chloe another game like they did with Lost Legacy. But
she's boring. What I like.
What? It's not boring.
No,
what are you talking about?
What makes her good is what's her name again? I can't remember. The one that she's Natalia. Yes.
Yeah, I'm talking about having them together and not just
again. Oh yeah, okay. Because
I was gonna say their dynamic was so good in Lost.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Drake's brother Sam, he could tag along for the ride if he wants to. He could be Dave's version of Sully.
God, man. I did love Uncharted 4 though, honestly, but
I kind of want to play it again on crushing mode with the unlimited ammo that I unlocked, but it wouldn't.
You're a glutton for punishment, man.
Dude,
man.
It's great.
I just can't. That gives me anxiety just thinking about it. Like, I mean,
the very end.
That's fine.
Oh, the very end of that game is crazy.
You talking about? I was talking about Uncharted. Now I ain't gonna never get my back catalog done. Now I'm want to replay that.
I'm gonna see a PlayStation share Uncharted 2. I'm like, stop.
Yep.
Start from the beginning. Uncharted 1 all the way.
Dude, that's like Anarchy Chaos, man. He keeps messaging me about RE4. I'm like, dude, I'm not playing RE4 right now. Like, I'm not doing it. I've already beaten the game 3 times. I'm not playing it again. He's like, no, come on, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. I'm like, no. No,
5 minutes gonna turn to a whole weekend.
Yeah, 5 minutes, 5 hours. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, that game was so good, and
it's a classic.
I'm looking forward to the remake. Anybody who says that game doesn't need a remake is
it does. No, it does. It does. I mean, you compare it to RE2, which is climbing up my list of best games of all time. Like, personally, the more time I get with the game, especially now I have it on PC and you can like mod it in addition to like the regular base game.
If you want to know the mod you should be using for that game, it's the Thomas the Tank Engine mod.
Yeah, I heard about that one. There's also a mod. The reason I got on PC is because there's an Untitled Goose.
Oh yeah, that's right. I seen that one.
I had to. I was like, I don't care. I need Untitled Goose and RE. Let's do this, man.
Yeah. That'd be great.
I was like, I went forward with that. So, yeah, man. So do you guys have? I mean, Alonzo, what did you think about the presentation overall? Me and Carl gave our thoughts. What did you think overall? Just to wrap it up here.
Well, I agree with what you said. It started off like really good. And then after Ratchet and Clank, when they started showing a lot of like the indie games, I mean, I enjoyed some of them, but I think that's when it started like getting a little flat a little bit. Then when they showed RE8, it started picking up again. And then it spiked up again.
Yeah, exactly.
I really liked it. I think, but personally, I don't think it. I mean, I'm probably gonna take some flack for this, but me personally, I don't think that Microsoft really hurt it too much after this presentation, to be honest. I like the PlayStation event, but I don't think it was that much better than Microsoft's event. I think it was a slightly better, but I think they pretty even. The real thing is going to depend on what Microsoft do next month at their event.
If they give us a Halo cinematic and no gameplay, it's over. I'm sorry.
No, that event was going to really dictate who's going to really lead going forward for probably like the first year. So it's Microsoft's event. They got to come strong next month.
Yeah,
they definitely do. Yeah.
One thing. Oh yeah, and I want again the question I was asking before. Like they didn't really mention in this event about backwards compatibility, which I was a little surprised about.
They alluded to it
a little bit more.
They alluded to it at the very end with like 5 seconds to spare in the video.
Yeah, but not enough. People are really interested in that. You know what I mean? Like,
and I don't think Sony care enough about backwards compatibility, not as much as Microsoft did. I think Microsoft they more all in on backwards compatibility. I think Sony not, and they even came out and said and really spoke about it that like when they was talking about the PS5, saying that we ain't trying to make games that's cross-gen, we just trying to focus on the future. Them saying that just give me the indication that they don't really care too much about their back catalog. I've not always felt that way. Like even with PS9 on PS4, they never really put in the effort. Microsoft, they actually really lucky, to be honest, that neither Sony or Nintendo really do as much as they could do with their back catalog.
Oh my God!
It's a Nintendo's back catalog. Good lord!
No, Microsoft being a world of hurt. Sony and Nintendo really took their back.
You know, it's funny that you mentioning that Nintendo back catalog thing, because there was an investor meeting in which the investors were imploring Nintendo to release their back catalog.
Yeah,
the entire back catalog as a Netflix style service.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were gonna do.
Yeah,
Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah, they're not gonna ever do that with Switch.
Yeah, that's this is right here. Ready? This is it. face palm right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I mean this, and I wasn't a real like I thought backwards compatibility like before Switch, Nintendo was really good with backwards compatibility. They were
They
actually the
were.
best of anybody. I mean, on my Wii U, I can play my Wii games. On my Wii, I was able to play GameCube. So like they were good with backwards compatibility. It's just because they switched back to cartridge, they couldn't do it, which that kind of makes sense. But they're dropping the digital ball. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, and I wasn't really, and with Microsoft announced it, I wasn't really like a big fan of it. Like I didn't really get excited about it until they released the Red Dead Redemption patch
Yeah.
for the Microsoft or Series X for the backwards
For the
compatibility, and
smart
they made it.
delivery.
When they did the 1080p, the Xbox Series X enhanced version
Yeah.
of it from the backwards from the 360 game, and how they improved it so much, that really opened my eyes to it. And then I realized, I was like, wow, okay, this is pretty awesome. You know what I mean? If they like really improve the games, like if they up the res like from 720 to 1080, 30 60 frames, HDR, like those do make differences, to the games, and they
Yes.
really I feel like they have a fresh coat of paint. So the thing is too, now, Microsoft, like I was kind of alluding to before and why I asked the question, even if, okay, let's say they have to show Halo, of course, but let's say like they stumble, and they don't show Fable, they don't, like, just say they really stumble. At least Microsoft can say that, hey, but they could even just show games and how the Series X is going to elevate older games. And that can help them out a lot and kind of bridge the gap for all those new studios that they bought to really like not rush their games and really like bring them out.
I think that's a great point.
Year 2 of the system, or like year 1.5 of the systems, and people will still buy in. See, I don't think Sony can't do that. They have to bring the heat because they're not enhancing the backwards compatible games.
Yeah, when you say it that way, I really feel like Sony's playing
that.
catch up when you say it like that. Mainly because if you're taking a huge back catalog of games and you're making them playable on your console and you're gonna up-res them to meet the current standards, there's no reason for you to sit there and invest into rushing a game out the door so you can sell it, because the reality is, guys like us, we have games we probably even never touched yet. So
definitely,
so it's backlog forever, man. So
it's a shame.
Yeah,
is that the tattoo of my? Oh, okay.
So I would love to see the one game I would love to see with with that sort of is Bruce Lee the Dragon Story. It's a shitty game, but when I played it on the original Xbox, I thought it was great. For the time. So I would love to see it with
and that's the thing. I mean, Microsoft's not only doing just Xbox One here. I mean, they're doing 360. They're doing original Xbox. I mean, honestly, I gotta say, I'm interested. I'm interested to see how what they do with it.
Speaking of,
and Sony is just like, they're just not even doing anything. Like they're saying PS4, which is like good. But I mean, like, what about some of those games that are stuck on PS2 that nobody can play? Or PS, even a PS1, even if they're just like, even if it's just an option, they don't do like go as hard as Microsoft with the up-resing and stuff. It's still pretty cool though to have it, And there's some games that are stuck on those systems that are really good. So they're kind of like not giving us even they're not even wetting our beak, to go Godfather here. They're not wetting our beak with that, tease, with that, feature. And Microsoft can actually use that to their advantage and not rush their games out if they take that approach. Maybe that's their approach. I don't know. But we'll see. I think hopefully they do a good mix, Microsoft. They give us like 5 bangers. They're like, hey, I need this system. But even if I don't get them right away, like I could play my backwards compatible games. I could, I get Game Pass with it. Sometimes you can get it for like $1 for 3 months or whatever. and I can use that and tide me over until some of these new games come out. So that's what I'm saying. I wasn't really a big believer, but after Red Dead and then seeing like, I know they did that with like some of the old Star Wars games too. I think Old Republic got a up-res, like an Xbox Series X, Xbox One X, like upgraded patch. So I mean that opened up some eyes to people. You know what I mean?
Speaking of games trapped on PS1, I know me and K-Rock saw on.
Don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Get the man off the moon. Get him off the moon.
It's stuck, bro. It's there forever.
Oh my god.
Get Microsoft to buy the rights or something, man. That's the only way you're gonna get it.
Look, I'm calling it now. That game is coming out on the Switch, but before it does, we're getting a Mega Man Legends collection on the Switch. I'm calling it right now.
We want Mega Man Legends 3. I will crowdfund it. I won't crowdfund any other game, but I'll crowdfund Mega Man Legends 3.
I crowdfunded. I backed the Wonderful 101 Kickstarter to get the physical. I just got notified today that it was shipping, and as soon as I read that, I'm like, God, how awesome would it be to just let me spend $100-something on some awesome collector's edition for Mega Man Legends 3? Just put it out there already. The money's waiting to be spent.
What's that GIF? The GIF with the guy from Futurama. Take my money.
Yeah, just take my money. Yeah,
take my money.
Yep.
That meme.
Oh, you know what? I got something for you guys. So, do it. I've been reading around, and I might cover this in a little bit more detail. I just got to do some more digging. But apparently, Ubisoft has reacquired the rights to Scott Pilgrim versus the World video game. And
word on the street.
Yes, that's the word on the street. And here's what I'm thinking. Will it get released digitally if everything, follows the way it's going? Yes. But there's a certain, company out there that I keep bugging on Twitter, limited run games. Dude, I need a physical copy.
Ooh, a Scott Pilgrim
of Scott Pilgrim. Nice. And if they I'm saying it right here, right now, if they actually get a physical copy of Scott Pilgrim Collector's Edition with like a little statue of the comic book version of Scott Pilgrim, I will drop $200, $300 on that shit. I already told my wife, I'm like, if they put a physical, as soon as I found that news, I said, if they drop this thing and there's a collector's edition, I'm gonna buy it. And she's like, and how much you gonna spend on it? Well, let's just say if it's $300, be prepared. Not to quote, Scar from Lion King.
That's crazy,
dude. I need that game. I need that game in my life.
I want Duke Nukem Megaton Edition on Switch, man.
That would be cool.
They already got the rating in Korea. I'm waiting for it. Where is it?
Oh.
Where is it, bro? I love that. That's my guilty pleasure game. Is Duke Nukem. I love that game. Yeah, the old OG. I'm talking about booting up Duke Nukem on MS-DOS, bro.
Oh my god.
That's how back I'm talking about Duke Nukem. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all right, guys. So I think that's it. Do we have any other final thoughts on the PS5 reveal? I think overall, I really enjoyed it. I think it was solid. I think it was better than Microsoft's. And I look forward to. I'm very interested in the pricing and what options they're going to give in the package. I think that's going to be really important in terms of sales for the system. But I think we'll see that probably August. I think you give a little buffer from Microsoft's in July, and then this gives you like 2 months.
Have to agree on that.
Test all that, and then we'll get it. But that's, I mean, I think this was one of their best presentations that they've done. Especially, this is definitely the best multi-game presentation for me that they've ever done. Like the solos, I think
I agree
Ghost
with
is
that.
still the best. I think Ghost of Tsushima was still the best presentation they did. But this for multi-game, easily the best one that they've done.
100% on the money with that one.
Agree with that.
Awesome. All right, guys. So yeah, let us know in the comments. Did you guys like the PS5 reveal? What games, did you really enjoy? I mean, there were so many games covered. We only really gave the top 5 highlights because I can't really download all these gigs of data video. But, otherwise, I mean, let us know what you guys had, and then, hit us up on Twitter. Let's just do our sign outs here. As you can see right over here.
Before we go, I got 2 questions.
Sorry, bro.
This is an easy question.
Yeah.
So, now that we've seen what both systems look, which one do you think look the best? The Xbox Series X or the PS5? I think the PS5 looked the best.
I think PS5 looks better because it's original. You know what I mean? Like, I may not love the color scheme, but I think it's more original, and they swang for the fences more than Xbox.
I love the look of both because you can't have a refrigerator without a vacuum. So I mean,
there we go.
So just throwing some meme ideas out there for everybody.
Oh,
it's good stuff.
Good stuff. We're gonna see these consoles on wedding registries. Is that what you're saying?
I hope so, because
Okay.
They're gonna pop up as gifts at Animal Crossing New Horizon.
There we go.
Oh, dude.
On wedding day.
Wood got engaged to his girlfriend on Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing? Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was crazy.
I haven't touched that game in forever. Now you're going to make me want to play it.
I got one other question. So at Microsoft's event, do you think we're going to see Xbox Series X footage of Cyberpunk 2077?
Yes.
I think so.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because that console sold out already, the special edition, and it came with a copy of
somebody may
the game.
have gotten the console.
Yeah, I'm actually upset. I couldn't get it, man. Well, if you got it, if either one of you got it, I need to see it.
Yeah, man, you might
I don't have it.
might pop up in a video. You never know, man. We'll see.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
We'll see. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. We'll see.
Don't hide the goods from us.
I won't. I definitely won't. You guys saw my Xenoblade.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Fire.
Yeah, I showed off both of mine today.
Dude, that's so fire, bro. That collector system.
Did you play the vinyl?
Xenoblade unboxing. Go check it out. Alonzo has it too. He's posted a lot of pictures on Twitter. I just went for the video version. It's a beautiful set. The European one.
I'm still waiting for my physical copy to come in from PlayAsia, sadly.
Nice. Okay, that's still the Japanese version is dope too.
No, it's the American version. It's the American version.
Oh, it's the American.
Well, yeah. Basically, what happened was GameStop was going to charge me $73 for a day for the game, even though it wasn't going to get there on day one like they had promised. So what happened was I bought the American version from PlayAsia because I was made aware that I have $10 in credit. So I was actually saving money and getting free shipping on top of it. So, I mean, I have it digitally. I'm playing it. It's kind of like a foreign language to me a little bit. But I'm enjoying it. It's a really good game.
Awesome.
You in a loyalty program on PlayAsia?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
It's a good you get $5 for every purchase you make, or you know.
About 3 games from that.
You get more. You get more depending on how much you spend. But like if you buy one game, you get $5, and then you can apply it to your next purchase. But it's good stuff.
Almost $200. I bought that on the Cellular D collection. That was $90 for that. And I bought the Kimco RPG collection. That was like 20, I think.
I saw that. Yeah, they have
you got the Final Fantasy VII double pack, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I ordered that from there.
Oh, you got it too. Okay, cool. Right on. The only thing I don't like about that bundle is the fact that it provides.
It's like cut in half.
It
7 on top, 8 on the bottom.
Well, no, it's when you put the cartridge in the system, it gives you 2 separate files.
2 icons.
Yeah,
I like that.
You do?
I like that. I wanted to have it all
2 icons. Yeah, I like the 2 icons.
You do? I would think that they give you the option to select
2
either
separate
one.
games.
That's true.
I think I heard that you could, if it's like that, you can combine them with just 1 icon, or you can separate and have 2.
Really?
Somebody telling me that.
I'm gonna
like
try.
the
I'm
two.
gonna try that.
Do it if it's true or not, but I remember I think somebody told me you could do that, but I don't know.
Fair. All right.
All right, man. So yeah, thanks for the questions, Alonzo. So let's I'm gonna sign off here. You can follow me right here at the VG Mobster. On Twitter. I got actually really looking forward to this one. I actually got a code for the Takeover on Switch. So I'm actually reviewing that game. My thumbnail is epic. So make sure you guys, even if you don't like the video, check out the thumbnail. Click on the video just to see it. It's really good. And then I'm actually going to also do, because Arcade 1UP just announced some of their awesome new cabinets, I'm actually going to do a 1 year later review on the Mortal Kombat cabinet that I have.
Nice.
Because a lot of people are interested in it. So I just want to show you guys some of the mods that I did with it, some of the graphics I added, and just a review on the cabinet itself. And we teased a certain unboxing that may happen. So make sure you guys check that one too. So Karl, what you got coming up, man?
Okay, so basically you can follow me at KRock_82 and on Twitch at Karl_Rocco, where I do playthrough series. And for the YouTube channel, I got my Man-Eater review coming up. I was supposed to have that in last week, but I had some personal issues regarding the current status of the world, hitting me in ways that I didn't anticipate. So I apologize to you guys as well as the viewers as well.
No, it's fine.
But
you good.
but yeah,
Life happens.
the Man-Eater review is going to be out Friday or Saturday, and then shortly after that, I'm anticipating the Kickstarter backing that I did for the Wonderful 101, so I'm going to unbox that.
Nice.
It has some exclusive stuff, particularly for the Kickstarter campaign, and then I'm going to have a review, I want to say, for The Last of Us. And if you guys don't know, there is approximately 5 more days in my Last of Us 2 giveaway, in which I'm giving away.
I'm gonna help you promote that.
Yeah, promote that. It's almost over. The next giveaway, I'm going to be a little bit more driving the hammer on the nail, so to speak. But as far as this one, there's 5 more days left. Giving away 2 copies of Last of Us.
Nice.
One for the Twitch followers and one for the YouTube subscribers. So the more people, the merrier. It's just a way to show thanks for the support. It's not really a subscriber, follower driving thing. So just want to give back to the community a little bit with that one.
Awesome, man. So Alonzo, what are you showing us on Twitter this week, bro?
Well, I don't have nothing planned right now. I just showed up.
You got like 4 more packages tomorrow.
Yeah,
don't
dude.
Lie.
Do some unboxings.
Don't lie.
I don't have anything on box right now. Well, I should be getting a notification from Limited Run that my Stranger Things, the video game,
nice,
for the Switch should be getting shipped soon. Cause I checked their website and it's in their shipping. Well, it's gonna be shipped in like a week or 2.
Sweet.
Did you see?
Yeah, dude, you need to do a sexy brutal unboxing. That set is sick, bro. You need to do that.
Yeah,
bro.
I got that.
You got it. Nice.
Gonna do one.
That's gonna be cool.
That set is awesome.
I hear good things. I hear good things about your son's unboxing, so I would like to see that.
Oh yeah, he's great, bro.
I've been telling him about you all the time. Man, I was talking about you the other day when I went over there to see him. I was telling my friend about you. They're big into Pokemon. My son, he's
my god,
he's super into shiny hunting. Him and my daughter, they super big into shiny hunting.
I just got a shiny Mew and a shiny Mewtwo.
Very nice,
dude, and it's I'm killing it right now.
Excited about the DLC. They're like, we wait for the Pokemon DLC to come out.
Yep. Yeah, my daughters too.
I think that's it for tonight, brothers. So yeah, just again, I'll have everybody's links in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and let us know what you thought about the PS5 event. All right, guys.
Take care, guys.
Everybody. See y'all later.
Be good.
Peace.